We begin in Taipei, where tempers have flared in the legislature as opposition lawmakers try to push through reforms. The ruling party says the proposed laws haven't been properly discussed and may even be unconstitutional. Rick Glauert is live for us at the legislature. Rick, what's the atmosphere like there?
Well, it's definitely been a pretty rowdy morning here at Taiwan's legislature. Both the ruling party, that's the Democratic Progressive Party, and Taiwan's main opposition parties are digging into their positions. At times, the legislature has looked a bit more like a protest rally than a legislature. We've seen a lot of chanting, a lot of shouting of slogans, banners, flags, but we haven't yet seen any of the violence that we saw last week. That was, of course, on Friday when there was a lot of pushing and shoving. One lawmaker was tackled to the ground, and in fact, 6 legislators ended up in hospital. But with their majority in the parliament, the main opposition parties are slowly passing these controversial reforms that they say are necessary to bring about greater accountability of the government. The opponents, of course, saying that these bills go too far, they give too much power and are too far-reaching, and that opposition parties are not following due process in the legislature and that full details are not being disclosed properly.
And what does this all mean for the country now that there's a new president handling Taiwan's challenges at home and abroad?
And well, these disputes hit at Taiwan's deep political polarization, where neither sides trust each other to play by the rules. Opponents of these bills are saying that they could put Taiwan's very democracy in danger. The opposition, with their majority in the parliament, are saying that they're simply doing the job that they were voted in to do. It is, of course, the first full day in office for Taiwan's new president, Lai Ching-te, and the situation here in the parliament could become one of the greatest challenges of his time in office. He's going to find it incredibly difficult to pass the bills he needs to make good on his political promises, particularly when it comes to things like passing bills on defence spending. In fact, Lai Ching-te yesterday used parts of his inauguration speech to call on both sides to play nice and follow due process in this legislature.